How are you doing, folks? This is Zach, and I'm on my way into the 13th Street Tunnel. It's making some bumping sounds right now when cars go over it. But this is not my final destination today. I am going towards a ravine, one of two big ones on campus. One of them is in the Wrights Ravine. There's a little trail through it. And the other one is down near Diamond Village. So that's where we're walking to now. If you're wondering, yeah, it's hot outside now. Why am I wearing a scarf? Because a few days ago I went in the steam tunnels and I got bitten by a lot of ants. I got bites all over my neck here. Looks like I got some sort of skin disease. So I'm leaving the scarf on just so I don't get funny looks, you know. They're itchy too. That's the worst part. There's the old philosophical question of, would you rather look bad and feel good, or look good and feel bad? And unfortunately with ant bites, you look bad and you feel bad. Not much you can do about that. All right, let's keep going. They've definitely improved the graffiti since when I went to school here. All those pipes are just covered in stuff. It's awesome. You know, when I was overseas, a lot of public buildings and public works, instead of just being like white or gray, they'd paint graffiti on them. And I wish they'd let more people do that here because it just looks cool. It's a lot nicer living in a place that has graffiti everywhere, if it's, you know, artfully done like that, than living in a place that's just brutalist buildings. And some graffiti is farter. That's a fun one. All right. But we are on our way to Diamond Village. It's right at the corner of campus, the southeast corner. And down there, well, there's a few things. There is a really tall building that has a helicopter land on top of it sometimes. I think it's the hospital. There's a playground. If you're ever just walking around with some friends at night, you could go there. I'm not sure I'd recommend it during the day. I think there are probably kids on it. That would be creepy. But there's also a little river system with a ravine in it, and we're gonna check that out. All right, we're passing by, I think it's called Mallory Hall. I know it because there's been construction here for maybe, I mean, there was construction here the last 2 years I went to college, so I guess it's been like 5 or 6 years at least. I can't believe they haven't finished it. You look behind me, that's all construction stuff. That's been there for years. I'm sure they put their backs into it. They could finish that in a few months at worst. But I don't know. There's a lot of roadblocks on campus these days. Maybe it's because during COVID they started all the construction because there's no one around. But it makes getting around campus more interesting, that's for sure. Now I'm going through this little sort of narrow corridor on the sidewalk. You got this fence on the side, got stuff right over here. I remember this area because my second year we had a foam party here. Or not a foam party, a shaving cream fight. Almost the same thing, just less alcohol involved. And that's something I did not know people could have. I didn't know you could have a shaving cream fight in college. It was the weirdest thing. But anyway, we're getting closer to the ravine. We're about to pass through a little sinkhole in the ground. And if you know where to look, you can find cool stuff in here too. First of all, I found some special mushrooms growing under the bridge once. Did not pick them. I don't trust myself enough to know which mushrooms are good and which aren't good to eat. But for one class, we had to do geocaching, which is people leave little boxes and tins around, just everywhere. You can find this in every city, I guess, if you're interested. And they'll post the coordinates of these things online, like the GPS coordinates, and you have to go and find them. And they'll be like within 10 feet of a tree or a bridge or something, and you have to find this. And inside there's a list of names, and you can add your name to the list. It's like a scavenger hunt, but in real life and without much reward. We had to do it for we are making maps for a class, like ArcGIS maps, and I'm happy I finished that class fast. Not something I want to repeat. But we're at the little bridge now. I might look under it and see if there's anything growing. And ooh, there is stuff growing, but not the stuff I want. There's some nasty looking algae growing in this water. I don't know if the correct term is algae, but under there, that's where the mushroom was before. It's definitely a magic mushroom now that I think back on it. It looked the same as the psilocybin ones. I believe that under this bridge, under the banister somewhere, is the geocache. So we're gonna look for that. Not on that one. Might be up here. No, let's keep looking. And voila, I have found it. It is right up in here. Yeah, maybe I have to unscrew it. Yeah, but a geocache is right up there. I'm going to take it out and see what's in it. So the problem with these things is there's not much inside them. You get some bigger ones that have like little trinkets in them, but people always take the best ones and leave. They're supposed to leave something else, but they don't always. So let's see what's inside this. Ooh. Here we go. A little piece of paper with names on it, and that's it. So this is just a small one. If you find it, you write your name, then you put it back. You're always supposed to put them back. I remember once when I was a lot younger, I did not know what they were. I found one, just like a thing inside a tire with a list of names in it. I thought, oh, this must be some sort of like drug dealing stuff. Like they're leaving a list of the right people out here, like where to get the goods. And I think I tossed it in a trash can, which someone went out to find their geocache and it was just gone. So don't do that. Don't make that mistake. All right, I'm going to put this thing back and we're going to keep walking towards the ravine. All right, we're going up some stairs now and we're walking past, ooh, I always forget the name of that hall. It's a hall right at the edge of campus. There's like 12 or 13 stories in it. And I used to visit friends who lived on like the 10th floor. I thought, if that elevator breaks ever, they gotta walk up like 10 or 11 floors just to get to their room every day, and that would suck. So, Beatty Towers, that's the name. Yeah, besides that, it's really far away from all the classes, so unless you're like an art major, it's not really where you want to live. Here's a look at the towers. The rooms were quite nice inside, but oh, and the graffiti is a bit abstract. Nice size though. Yeah. 2 towers. I'm not sure that's like a good image since this is America. We don't usually make large towers right next to each other for 9/11 reasons. But yeah, just a place you don't want to live on campus, I guess. Ooh, I found something fun. A rogue ping pong ball. I'm going to toss it up and see if I can catch it in my mouth. Okay, I didn't, but I'm going to do something with it. You can't just leave a good ping pong ball or beer pong ball, whatever they're called. You can't leave one of these unattended. You gotta toss it into something as you're walking by. All right, we're crossing the bridge from Beatty Towers to the sort of starting point of the ravine. And if I remember right, there's another geocache under this bridge. But oh, looks like I can't cross it. Hazards, closed for repairs. All right, we're going to cross it, but we're going to have to go around it or something. Well, we're not quite going around it. We're just going to go under it. There's quite a bit of water down there now, but that is the sort of river ravine area. My hands are full. I got a phone, got a water bottle in the other one. I'm going to try and not slip and fall down this leafy slope. And let's make our way down to this little waterway. Ooh. Now this is a cool area because you don't see many rocks in Florida. You don't see many big rocks. You don't see many caves either. Springs, I guess, but not really caves. And there's nothing like seeing rocks and terrain. Everything is usually flat here, so it's fun going down a hill and like looking up and actually seeing land on the sides and not just more flat ground. I'm picking my way down along these rocks, and you can hear the water running down there. It looks like people have installed a little footbridge. And ooh, you wouldn't want to do this too late at night, I think, because it's a bit slippery. And here we are. Okay, I've actually found something I have not seen before, because contrary to what I just said, I've only been in this place at night, just for exploring it. See, there's like a little river down there. It's cool. But I just found sort of a storm drain. I might need to come back here with better clothes on, because I'm wearing shoes. I don't want to get too dirty. I'm thinking of trying to crawl into there and see where it goes. Is that smart? Absolutely not. But I like underground places. I might come back here with a headlamp and do that. But for now, I'm going to make my way along the ravine. And I've just realized, folks, It's a lot wetter than usual right now. And I'm not wearing the right clothes for this. I'm wearing an extra jacket, long pants, shoes. I'm actually going to come back with a little waterproof bag I can stuff my shoes in. And I'm going to walk down this river tomorrow. I may also climb into that storm drain and why? Adventure. We'll see what happens. But this will be the first part of the video, I guess, just finding the place. And the second part will be going down there and seeing what it's like. All right, folks, until tomorrow, peace. All right, it's not tomorrow yet, but I just want to add a weird little postscript. This bridge from below looks like the sort of bridge you would like take down with a sledgehammer in a video game. Like, it looks like there's so many weak points all over. I'm sure there's not, but this looks like the thing you take down in a video game. I'm saying it. It's a huge structure just for a tiny little bridge. There must have been a more efficient way to build this. But while I'm down here, actually, I'm going to go and see if that other geocache is up there. Then tomorrow we'll come back and explore the waterways. Now, I think this one is a bit bigger than the other. Ooh, invasive plant here. Might as well show it off. This plant is called coral ardesia, and it's pretty, shiny leaves, red berries. You see it on campus everywhere. Because these red berries, if they fall down, they have like a 99% chance of propagating and growing a new plant. So this plant will grow everywhere, and all the little native grasses that should be growing don't grow because this blocks the sun from hitting them. You see a larger version sometimes called Brazilian pepper. Also has red berries, grows probably twice as tall as a person. Does the same thing. It shades out other plants so they don't get the sun, and it takes over. So if you see that, it's too late already. There are lots of them everywhere. If you burn it, the roots survive underground. If you pluck it up, berries fall down and get buried in the ground. So it takes a huge effort to get rid of them. And it's not usually worth it. UF has let a lot of woods go unmanaged just because of coral ardesia. So if you see it, feel free to do recreational activities out there. Have bonfires, hike, walk your dog. No one's going to complain because those woods are not being used for like timber or anything. They're full of bad plants. All right, let's keep looking for that geocache. All right, I see it from here. It's a big ammo box. It just says geocache right on it. It also says love me, which is sort of weird. Ugh, it's good to love yourself though, I guess. All right, let's see. I forget how to open these. I think you pull this up. Here we go. All right. And see, this one just has some junk at the bottom. Oh, junk's rude. Some cool stuff. There's like a sort of friendship bracelet of all the animals, I guess. This is right near Diamond Village, so you have students who are like families who have kids. They will live here, so maybe some kid put it in here. I'm going to leave that for someone else. I don't need it. Yeah, you got some like bubble mix with a graduation cap on. You got a pencil, got some, oh, I'm slipping down the hill. You got some cool rocks. You got a playing card and the list of names and dates, so you see who's been here. I assume that like the hiking community, there is a sort of like sense of community. You will, like on the Appalachian Trail, like a 2,000-mile trail that goes north to south across the country, you will get people who take trail names when they're hiking it, and they will leave notes at every shelter signed with their name. And eventually you might meet them on the trail and it's like, oh, yo, you're this guy, or you're this girl. Wow. I'm sure in geocaching it's the same. Like, you see someone's name in every geocache you find, and you finally meet them at one, you're like, whoa, you've been to all the places I have. That's so cool. So I'm sure it's a cool community. People just leaving like sort of hidden surprises out in the woods. And not just the woods, you find these in the middle of cities too. You find them inside telephone poles and like under gutters and all sorts of cool places. So all right, I said I'll go actually, but tomorrow I'll be back here wearing better clothes, and I'm going to walk down that little ravine, and I might crawl into the storm drain. All right, see you then, folks. All right, I'm walking home right now from my aborted attempt at the ravine. I see this. I think, ooh, that's a ladder. So, you know, I have to move this stuff with my feet. See if there's like a hatch under it. Something you could crawl down. But there's nothing. I always... Oops. That's sort of weird. Whew, glass. I always wish that when you see stuff like that, it actually does lead somewhere. Like you're in a video game or something. Like you see something like a ladder. It means there's something hidden under it. You could like go down into a tunnel or something or climb up somewhere. But a lot of places, unfortunately, it's just like it looks cool, but it doesn't really do anything. I'd love to live in an area. That's why I like traveling, you know, because sometimes you find stuff in other countries. There is just a ladder leading somewhere, and there's no one blocking you from going down it. No one really cares, because like here they handhold a lot. There's lots of liability and legal stuff. So if you get injured somewhere, you might sue someone. So unfortunately, that means that more adventurous people who aren't worried about suing and just want to explore have trouble exploring, because we'll get in trouble with the law. But I'm gonna be exploring tomorrow anyway, so I'll see you then. All right, folks, it seems like I'm full of shit today, because that's the third time I said I'll be back tomorrow, and it's not tomorrow yet. But I found something I climbed on top of once. I want to do it again. This is the back end of Broward Dining Hall. You got that sealed ladder. I don't remember if it was open last time I climbed it. I may have been intoxicated, but I want to get back on the roof up there. So I will see you in a minute. I think I need both hands for this. All right, it was definitely open last time I climbed it, because there's no way I'm fitting through those bars. And it's like I'm standing on the ladder right now. It'll have to be a different day that I get back up there. A day where I bring rope or some climbing gear. All right, folks, for real this time. See you tomorrow.